What's going on YouTube? Matt Cantu here. I'm doing a profile of my X-Saber deck for Jar117's channel. I ran this deck at Regionals this past week and it didn't do too terrible, but I did drop after the 7th round because 7th round I had 3 losses, so there was no point. I wasn't going to get an invite. But up until 5th round, this was doing fairly well. My 5th round I was at 4-1 and then I lost 2 consecutive matches after that, so yeah. Still needs a little work, but so far it's not too terrible. It's pretty decent in my opinion, but yeah, let's just get to the deck. 2 X-Saber Shoals, 2 Full Helm Knights, 2 Everest Blades, triple Bogart Knight, triple Dark Soul, triple Fault Roll, and then tech choices I got 1 Airbellum, 1 Cyber Dragon, 1 Debris Dragon, 1 Gores. Spell lineup I got 1 Rhoda, 1 Pot of Duality, 2 Book of Moons, 2 MSTs, 1 Dark Hole, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Cold Wave, and a Churnade. That's the spell app. Traps, we got 1 Dark Bribe, 2 Bottomless, 2 Trap Stuns, 1 Torrential, 1 Mirror Force, 1 Solemn Warning, 1 Solemn Judgment, and 2 Gotham Z Calls. Alright, that's the main deck. For the extra deck, we got 2 Stardust Dragons, 1 Red Dragon Archfiend, 1 Scrap Dragon, 1 Black Rose, 1 Brionic, 1 Goyo, 1 Catastor, 1 Android, 1 Destroyer Beast, 2 Hunlays, 1 Airbellum, and 2 X-Saber Gothams. Alright, that's the main and the extra deck. This deck was fairly consistent, in my opinion. Definitely didn't have too much of a problem with it, other than just the bad matchups. The matchups are the Gravekeepers. This deck just does not do well against Gravekeepers. I don't know why, but alright, yeah. The monsters are all standard. Some people say run triple Ember's Blades, but I mean 2 in my opinion is fine because 3 can be a dead draw. Triple Bogart, you need that to help set up your Fault Roll plays. Dark Soul is self-explanatory, Fault Roll also self-explanatory. Some people are actually dropping to 2 Fault Rolls, but I like 3. 3 is good. And then the tech choices are, let's see, the Airbellum, I mean honestly with Rescue Cat gone, you really don't need Airbellum. I mean I could probably drop it for a 3rd Full Helm if I wanted to, but I don't know, I still like him. Like if you can get a random poke in with him, a direct attack, then that can help out a lot sometimes. But yeah, I like teching him. Same thing with Cyber Dragon. I actually have him sight in because 1, it's a free special summon, so that can help bait out like their warnings, their bottomless, and if they don't, it makes it easier to go into a level 8 because the only options for a level 8 in this deck, aside from using Cyber and Full Helm, would be to go Pashul and Fault Roll, or Pashul and like another level 6 Synchro, which I usually don't want to do unless it's a Hunlay. But yeah, Debris Dragon just helps get back Dark Soul if you want to Black Rose the field. I actually didn't use him at all this past week and I was surprised. And the Gores because of course he can win games. Rhoda, this helps search out Pashul and Full Helm so that you can go into big plays. I actually had a situation where I had Bogart and a Fault Roll in my hand, also a Cold Wave. So I drew my next card, I drew into this, I searched out Pashul, I stalled for a turn, and then I went Cold Wave and I made a big push. That was actually on it was some random like machine deck. It wasn't Machinas, but they used machines. But yeah, helps out. Pot of Duality, of course, that's a staple. I'd run a second one if I had a second one, but they're pretty hard to come by. 2 books, staple. 2 MSTs just to help clear backfield. And then the other staple is Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, Cold Wave, Churnade. Don't really need to explain those. Cold Wave just helps you stop any of their plays so that you can nuke their backfield with Hunlay and whatnot. Churnade can help too, but it only sends them back to their hands, so it doesn't do as much good as Cold Wave, but it still helps. Dark Bribe. I tech this over 7 tools only because, like, if you're going down to the wire, you don't always necessarily have 1,000 life points to pay, and just because they draw a card doesn't always necessarily mean they're going to draw good, so, yeah, I like this. I'm plus going to get a spell or a trap compared to 7 tools only negates a trap, and it's still a counter trap, so it's still good. 2 bottomless staples, double traps. I used to run 3, but 3 was too much of a dead draw, so I dropped it 2. 1 tarantula was a staple. Warning. It would run a second warning. If I ever do get a second warning for this deck, I'm probably going to drop 1 bottomless, because bottomless isn't as useful this format, to be honest. But, I don't know, still good. Solemn Judgment helps win. Got him Z-Call, definitely helps out for big plays. I actually used this against Black Wings to when I got Gotham's out to kill their hand. What did I hit? When I went to Gotham's, like, I was only able to hit 1 card at first, and I had 1 X-Saber on the field, and I hit one of their Kalutes, and then I E-called 2 Dark Souls, and I ended up killing their dad and a Sirocco, so that was good. Definitely helps out. And then extra deck, all of them are stables. I'm not going to go into detail with that. Hunley definitely is a good MVP of an extra deck. So is Nat Beast. Nat Beast also helped with field control. They try to activate the magic cards. I just negate it. Gotham's also helped out a lot. But overall, I enjoyed the deck. One last thing, let's go to the sideboard. I had 2 DD Crows. That was mainly sided against Black Wings and anything with heavy graveyard reliance. I only really sided in against Black Wings and then Gravekeepers, but yeah. Consecrated, same reason, Black Wings and Gravekeepers. Juju Master, that was, I don't know, I should have replaced this with something else because I never sided him in. Mind Control, just for extra synchro material. Also help get rid of annoying monsters. I actually mind controlled someone's Scrap Dragon. With a Scrap deck I lost to second round, I mind controlled his Scrap Dragon, and I popped itself in his backfield, and then I Monster Reborned it, and that was pretty much game. Nobleman, definitely useful for hitting spies. Yeah. Saberhole, just extra field control, oppression. I mean, I don't like, some people mainboard this in Sabers. I personally don't like it because if you activate it at the wrong time, you can lock yourself down, and you aren't always going to necessarily have a cold wave or a trap stun to shut it down for that turn. So yeah, Shadow Prison Mirror, Gravekeepers mainly. I need a second one because Gravekeepers are the only thing that give me problems. 3rd trap stun for extra negation, trap hole, Black Wings, that kind of stuff. Mind Crush, since people are always adding cards to their hand with Whirlwind, Pot of Duality, easy way to hit something, and it's Starlight Road because it's still an okay card, not as good now that Heavy Storm's gone, but not bad. But yeah, that's the deck. I'm open for any suggestions on what I should change, anything I should take out with both with the main deck, extra deck, and sideboard. Oh, forgot Chimera Tech Forces Dragon, my sideboard. Just Machinas, if I ever have to deal with them, but I didn't have a problem with Machinas. But yeah, we'll go through it one more time. Like I said, any suggestions on what I should change, I'm open to them. Yeah, that's basically it. Other than that, if you want to just give your opinion on how Sabers are doing this format in general, you could do that too, but this is mainly just a deck profile to show what my build is like and how it compares to other people. But yeah, that's it. Matt Canty signing out. Thanks for watching.